Welcome, my dear student, in our math program for secondary 3. Dear student, today we are taking the first lesson in algebra. What is the title? Permutation. What is the permutation? Dear student, look at introduction about introduction. First, counting principle, addition rule. If a certain act can be performed in different ways, and the second act can be performed in different ways, then the number of ways to perform the first act or the second act is m plus n ways. Rule of addition. Look at simple example to clear that. What is the meaning of permutation? From a class of 9 boys and 6 girls, it's required to select 4-person team of the same gender. Remember, we have 9 boys and 6 girls. The required is select 4-person team, or team consists of 4 persons of the same gender. What is the solution? The number of ways to form the team is all are boys 9C4 equals what? By using calculator 126. Number B, the number of ways to form the team if its members are girls, 4 persons are girls, 6C4 equals 15. Then the number of ways to form the team of all its members from the same gender is 9C4 plus 6C4 equals 126 plus 115, sum equals 141. Another example. Paper exam contain 8 questions. The student should answer 6 of them in the condition that at least 2 questions are to be from the first 4 questions. How many ways can the student choose the questions to be answered? Look at the solution. The student can choose 2 questions from the first 4 and 4 questions from the rest question. Remember, dear student, the student can choose 6 questions. 2 from the first 4 and 4 from the rest question. Then 4C2 times 4C4. Why? Because the student can choose 2 questions from the first 4. We have exam of 8 questions. Must choose 2 from the 4 first questions is 4C2 and choose 4 from the rest. The rest is 4C4 by using calculator. 4C2 equals 6. The student can choose 3 questions from the first 4 and 3 from the rest. Remember, exam contains 8 questions, but the student can choose 6 questions from 8, but 3 from the first 4 and 3 from the rest. Answer is 4C3 times 4C3 by using calculator is 16 ways. Number C. The student can choose 4 questions from the first 4 questions and 2 from the rest. Remember, dear student, the student can solve 6 questions from 8, but in this case, choose 4 questions from the first 4 and 2 from the rest. Then answer is 4C4 times 4C2. By using calculator is 6 questions. Number of ways to choose the questions. We have many ways. Look at the first 4C2 times 4C4 plus the second is 4C3 times 4C3. Third is 4C4 times 4C2. Answer is 6 plus 16 plus 6. How many ways? 28. Remember, dear student, we have 28 ways to solve exam from 8 questions, and the student must choose 6 only from the first 4 questions, 2, the second 4, the second case 3, 3, third case 4, 2, 4 from the first 4 questions, 2 from the rest. Answer is 28 ways. Number of ways to select symbol with replacement or without. When choose our objects out of an object, we consider the following. Remember, dear student, when you choose our objects out of an object, we consider the following. If the selection is with replacement and arrangement, then the number of ways of selection is n for all power r. Remember, dear student, if the selection is with replacement and arrangement, then the number of ways equals n power r. Look at example. Number of ways to form 2-digit number from one set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember, number of ways to form 2-digit number from set of 5 cards written from 1 to 5 is 5 power 2 is 25. Then when we have 5 cards labeled from 1 to 5 and we obtain 2-digit number, how many ways to form 2-digit number? Base is 5, power is 2, 5 power 2 equals 25. Number 2, if the selection is with replacement and without arrangement, what is the number of ways of selection? Is n plus r minus 1 C3. Look at example. Number of ways to distribute 3 identical poles of 4 boxes is 4 plus 3 minus 1 C3. 4 plus 3, 7 minus 1, 6 C3 is, by using calculator, 20. Number of ways to distribute 3 identical poles of 4 boxes without arrangement is 20 ways. Number 3, if the selection is without replacement and consider the arrangement, then the number of ways of selection in PR. Example. Number of ways to park 4 cars in parking area with 10 places. Remember how many ways of to park 4 cars in parking area with 10 places is 10 P4 equals 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. Remember, dear student, if we have 10 places and we want to park 4 cars in 10 places, 10 places has first place, second place, third place, to 10 place. Must be the first car, park in the first, after that second, third, fourth. We have 4 cars in 10 places. The number of ways to park 4 cars in parking area. 10 places, 10 PR. Number of ways is 5,040. Number 4. If the selection is without replacement or arrangement, the number of ways of selection in this case NCR. Remember, dear student, if the selection without replacement and arrangement, the number of ways equals NCR. Number of ways of a 5-person team can be chosen from 12 person. 12 person. How many ways to obtain 5-person team can be chosen from what? 12 person. Is 12C5. Is by using calculator 792. Example. A bag contains 12 red balls and 8 white balls. Find the number of ways to draw 3 red balls and 2 white balls in each of the following. Consider replacement and arrangement. Number B, consider arrangement without replacement. Number C, without replacement or arrangement. Solution. Number 1 is 12 power 3 times 8 power 2. Answer is what? 110,592 by using calculator. Number B, number of ways, 12B3 times 8B3 is 73,920. Number C, 12C3 without replace or arrangement. Remember, number C, without replacement and or arrangement. Then number of ways is 12C3 times 8C2. Answer is 6,160. Now we are translate to permutations. Important relations. Number 1, NBR factorial n. n multiply bracket n minus 1 multiply bracket n minus 2 2 times n minus r plus 1. For each n more than or equal r and n belongs positive z, r belongs to n. Remember, dear student, NBR equals factorial n, n multiply n minus 1 multiply n minus 2 2n minus r plus 1, such as n more than or equals r. N belongs to positive z. N must be more than 0, but r maybe take 0 or positive number. Why? Because r belongs to n. What is the n? Natural number, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. But n belongs to positive z. What is the positive z? 1, 2, 3, 2, so on. Number 2, NBR factorial n. Factorial n means n multiply n minus 1 multiply n minus 2, 2 space 3 times 2 times 1. As example, factorial 5, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and so on. Number 3, NBR. What is the P permutation? Factorial n over factorial difference between n and r. Then NBR means factorial n over factorial n minus r for each n more than or equal r. N in this case belongs to n, r belongs to n. Number 4, factorial n equal n factorial n minus 1 equals n multiply n minus 1 factorial n minus 2, and so on. Dear student, remember NBR belongs to z positive, not equal 0. Factorial n belongs to z positive. Factorial 0 equals 1, factorial 1 equals 1. NB0 also equals what? Equals 1. NB1 equals n. Dear student, NBR permutation of n respect to r. NBR's factorial n means equals n multiply n minus 1 multiply n minus 2 multiply n minus 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Factorial 5 means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Remember, factorial n equals n factorial n minus 1. Factorial n minus 1 equal n minus 1 factorial n minus 2. As example, factorial 8 equal 8 factorial 7. Factorial 7 equals 7 factorial 6. Factorial 6 equals 6 factorial 5. Remember, dear student, very important remarks. NBR belongs to z positive. Factorial n also belongs to z positive. Factorial 0 equals 1, factorial 1 equal 1. Then each factorial 0 and factorial 1 equals 1. NB0 equals 1, NB1 equals n. Look at example. Find the value of n in each of the following. 3n minus 5b5 equals 2520. Remember, dear student, 5 equals 2520. Solution. Since 3n minus 5b5 equals 2520, by using permutation, 2520 equals 7b5 by using factorize. Then 3n minus 5 equals what? 7. Equation 3n equals what? 12. Therefore, n equals 12 divided 3 equals 4. Remember, dear student, we have number, large number, 2520. By using factorization, then 2520 equals 7p5. By using left hand side equal right hand side, power equal power, when base equal base. Then 3n minus 5 equals 7. Therefore, by adding positive 5 to both sides, then 3n equals 12. Therefore, n equals 4. Another example. F factorial n plus 1 equals 90 factorial n. Find the value of n. Remember, dear student, we have left hand side factorial n plus 1. right hand side 90 factorial n. What is the required? Find value of n. In this case, we divided each side by factorial n and use factorial n plus 1 equal n plus 1 factorial n by using equation find the value of unknown n. Look at the solution. Factorial n plus 1 equal 90 factorial n. Therefore, factorial n plus 1 over n equal 90. Therefore, n plus 2 b2 equals 10 b2. Therefore, n plus 2 equals 10, n equals 8. Look at another example. 8bn minus 3 equals 8bn minus 3. Find the value of n. Look at the student, left hand side equal right hand side. n minus 3 more than 0 or equal and smaller than or 8. n more than 3, 11 smaller than 5, n equals 3, 4, 5, 2, 11. Another example. Find the value of n if 56 PR plus 6 ratio 54 PR plus 3 equals 30,800 ratio 1. Find the value of n. If we have left hand side 56 BR plus 6 over 54 PR plus 3, right hand side 30,800 over 1. Solution. Look at when 56 PR plus 6 ratio 54 PR plus 3 equals 30,800 over 1, then factorial 56 over difference between them 50 minus r equals or multiply factorial 50 minus 3 over factorial 54 equals 30,800. Therefore, by using 56 times 55 multiply 51 minus r equal 30,800 divided by 56 times 55, then 51 minus r equals 10, then r equals 51 minus 10 equals 41. Look at another example. If we have 2n plus 1 bn minus 1 ratio 2n minus 1 bn equals what? 3 ratio 5. Find n. Solution. We use the rule of permutation. Then the first is factorial 2n plus 1 over factorial 2n plus 1 minus n plus 1 divided means ratio. Factorial 2n minus 1 over factorial 2n minus 1 minus n equals 3 over 5. Dear student, look at the first fraction 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1 equals factorial 2n plus 1 means 2n plus 1 factorial 2n factorial 2n minus 1 by using the rules. Therefore, factorial 2n plus 1 over factorial n plus 2 times factorial n minus 1 over factorial 2n minus 1 equals 3 over 5. After that, dear student, by using the same rule, 2n plus 1 factorial is 2n plus 1 multiply 2n multiply factorial 2n minus 1. in the first fraction in numerator. Denominator becomes n plus 2 times n plus 1 times n minus 1. Multiply by factorial n minus 1 over factorial 2n minus 1 equals 3 over 5. Look at the left hand side by using simplify. The answer is 4n plus 2 over n squared plus 3n plus 2 equals 3 over 5. By using cross multiplication, then left hand side becomes 3n squared minus 9n plus 6 equals 20n plus 10. Therefore, the equation becomes 3n power 2 minus 11n negative 4 equals 0 by using factorize 3n plus 1 bracket times bracket contains n minus 4 equals 0 by using the value of n. N is negative 1 over 3. This refused. Why? Because n must be belongs to n, but n equals 4 is correct answer. Dear student, now we are translate to another example. Fn minus 2 br minus 2 ratio n minus 2 br equals 1 ratio 41, and 7 br minus 3 equals 840. Find the value of n and r. Solution. Since C7br minus 3 equals 840, what is the permutation of 840 equals 7b4? By substitution, about 840 equals 7b4, answer is 7br minus 3 equals 7b4. In this case, 7 equals 7, therefore r minus 3 equals 4. The value of r is 7. By substitution, about n minus 2 b5 ratio n minus 2 b7 is 1 ratio 42. Therefore, permutation of, look at n minus 2 b5 equals factorial n minus 2 over factorial difference between n minus 2 and 5 is factorial n minus 7 in denominator. Multiply by factorial n minus 9 over factorial n minus 2, or divided by factorial n minus 2 over factorial n minus 9. Answer is 1 over 42. Look at the student, left hand side, we simplify factorial n minus 2 and convert factorial n minus 9 to n minus 9 times n minus 2 factorial n minus 7. Answer is n minus 7 times n minus 8 equals 42. What is the value of n, dear student? In oral, what is the two numbers? Is its answer is 42, 6 times 7. Then n equals what? Yes, n equals, in this case, dear student, n minus 7b2 equals 7b2. n minus 7, n minus 8 divided 2, then n minus 7 permutation 2. 42, 7 times 6, 7b2. Look at n minus 7 equals 7. Therefore, n equals 14. By second method, when we multiply bracket times bracket equal 42, look at n equal 14. Why? Because 14 minus 7, 7. 14 minus 8, 6. 7 times 6 equal 42. By using oral method or substitution method, n minus 7 b2 equals 7 b2. Therefore, n minus 7 equals 7n equals 14. By the end of the lesson, we learn permutation and the rule of permutation. Remember, math symbol, think, work, produce. I am very happy to spend such time with you. Goodbye.